Good evening, and welcome to
Off the Plasterer
with me, the old fella, Eric the Plasterer from South London. Been plastering in London for the last 38 years. Can't forget. I'm getting that old. I'm forgetting. Sorry, I ate a chip earlier. A lot earlier, actually. I still had a bit there. Anyway. The days are still getting longer, guys, and there's only 21 days left till the spread Edinburgh meet up north in that beautiful place. But we'll chat about that a bit more later on. What do I need? I need you to tell me if you can hear me and see me all right. We'll hang about a bit until we busy up, and then we can pop into the pub garden, and then we will pop into the Olde Trowel for a few beers and a good old chat in the community boozer. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that immensely. My mouse is a bit sticky tonight. It's not quite. Right. Oh, now most of the guys used to Off the Plasterer being on a Monday, which was yesterday, and I did put a little message out there saying I was stuck on a job and I knew I wasn't going to get back in time to do it last night. So instead of putting it off for another fortnight, which I wouldn't do, we're doing it tonight instead. I'm just going to check on my phone to make sure that we are going out. YouTube. Oh yeah, make yourselves at home. Is that me? Oh yeah. Make yourselves at home. I wondered why I was paused, but it was just my picture. It doesn't normally come up when it's normally that just picture of a trowel that comes up when we're on. Good evening to whoever that is watching on YouTube. I don't know what guys and girls are going to turn up tonight, because we say we normally go out on a Monday. Most people aren't anticipating me being on tonight, but yeah, we are. So we'll make the most of it. We'll see how we go. And I'll tell you what, let's pop over to the pub garden. I like it over there. It's better. Ah, dear. Ah, listen to the bird song. Oh, I can smell the barbecue and the pizza cooking in the old pizza oven back there. Your favourite couple are in. It's all good. It's all good. Oh dear. Oh. I think everybody else might be working late. Alexander, hello my friend. It's just you and me at the minute, mate. Oh, Danny, hello me dear. Yeah, I told you it was going to be tonight, didn't I? Instead of last night. You saw the vid, mate. I noticed that video. Apart from the fact it was really rubbish. Hey, Silver, how are we doing, mate? Yeah, doing good. Apart from the what was I saying? Yeah, that little live thing I did yesterday. It was obviously a rubbish connection because I watched it when I got in. It's all blur as anything, and the beginning of it was chopped off as well. I can't even remember what I said at the beginning of it. I mean, I said it again at the end that I was going to, not do it last night and we're doing it tonight. But yeah, so I don't know what happened there. Useless bloody. I've got to get a new phone for when we're away to do my live streaming, because that won't do at all. Davey boy, hey! I've just had your child. It's a boy. Oh, £8 2 ounces. Are you going to support me financially or not? Sorry, Dave. I'm not, mate. I think that's just a beer belly that you had, brother. It's about time you tuned in to me, Off the Plasterer, for a chat. Evening, Mark. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. I will be popping around, Dave, at some point. It's just so far to your place from here. I've been working quite a lot lately as well, which is makes a change. Not silver, right? Okay. 5, 6. Yeah, welcome, boys and girls. What should we chat about tonight? Oh, that's it. Glass. Beer glass. If you haven't already, get yourself a pint, get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a drink. I'm still on the old Brewdog Punk IPA. I say still on it, I haven't had one for... Oh, well, not a canned one anyway. I went out for a quick pint the other night. Friday. Yeah, quite ages ago, wasn't it? But I haven't had one of these since the last time we spoke on here, so... No one can accuse me of being a bit of an alcoholic. I did used to just drink Pepsi, so I don't know why I started drinking beer when I do this live stream. I think it makes me more creative, gives me a more creative mindset. Oh, if anyone needs any log burners fitting, my mate Dave is a log burner fitter extraordinaire. He's more expensive than everybody else, but he's really good. Only kidding. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Happy Tuesday. Roll on summer. Ah, dear. So how's everybody? I suppose most of you know I've started to get a bit busier lately. My work's been going up and down like I don't know what. Oh, hello. Let's go into the pub. Yeah. It's getting a bit nippy out here.
Who's the Plasterer?
Hey. Oh, hello. What's that doing on screen? I'm going to be saving that till later. I should be getting better at this, not worse. That's better. Right, I haven't changed the video up there because I haven't had time. Yesterday, yeah, I've been doing a job over in Fetcham, which isn't a million miles away, but since the schools have gone back, it seems like it's a bit further. But I don't mind going out of town for jobs as opposed to into town. And to finish that job off yesterday, basically the kitchen, I'd done the ceiling on the Friday, had the weekend off, and then Monday I needed to get it done because they needed to dry out because the kitchen's being fitted pretty pronto. So yeah, I knew I was going to be there a little bit late, but by the time I don't know why it takes so long to tidy up and pack the van. I mean, I finished. What time was it when I finished plastering? I did finish plastering. I think it was about 8 o'clock, or thereabouts. Might have been just after that, because I had to put another. After I spoke to you on the on that little live stream, I did another. What was it? 20. Yeah, I did one more set, but with some extra, not extra time, some half time in it. And by the time I'd done that, then tidied up. Got all my tools. I just seem to have so many tools. I'm sure I've got too many tools for a plasterer. You should just be able to have a halt trowel and a mixer. Oh, and some buckets, obviously. But I just had tons of stuff, and it was spread all over the place. I left it there over the weekend, and it was just a bit crazy, a bit bonkers. And yeah, I was in the car ready to go home at about quarter past 9. That's crazy, isn't it? 9:15. And I was knackered because I started at 8 and I don't stop for lunch. Actually, to try and get my weight down a bit, because when I am off at home, I just eat too much because every 5 minutes you think, oh, I fancy something, even if you're not hungry. But anyway, by the by, so I didn't bother with any lunch because when I'm working, I can just go through the day without it bothering me as long as I've had some breakfast and a cup of coffee before I shoot off. But on the way home, there's a shut-off road in and around Leatherhead that if you go down the road to get to this closed road, it's about a 20-minute drive, and there are no real turnings off it that take you anywhere, or not that I wanted to go in. And my sat-nav last night coming home went, oh, go that way, and it had been telling me to avoid it the week before because there was a road closure down there, and I thought, the road must be open again. So I go all the way down this road, 20 minutes. Yeah, this is good because it's a slightly quicker way as well. And then about 3/4 of the way down this route, I saw a road closed sign, and I thought, you've got to be joking me, because the only option you've got then is to go back the other way. So I kept going in the hope that no, Mrs. Satnav said it was clear, and then lo and behold, I got to the end and all the road was cordoned off and it said road closed. So I had to turn around and spend another, however long it was, 20 minutes, as I say, getting back to where I started. And I could have taken a different route from the roundabout I went from, but I took this one instead. And I wasn't happy. I was effing and jeffing at me poor old sat-nav. Practically, excuse me, practically all the way home. I've never turned the air so blue in my little vehicle than I did last night, and I got home at 10:15. So there was no traffic on the road. So I've been about an hour, just over, getting home from a place that is generally 35 minutes away. So anyway, so that was fun. Evening, Mike. How you doing, mate? Evening, Mark. I saw you earlier, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, something that crossed my mind. I was watching Kirk the other day. Who wasn't? And I thought I might need to rename the pub. The what did I say? Oh yeah, the handballed. The handballed and trowel. Ye old handballed and trowel. Because he's always called it handballed, and I know he knows you call it a halt, but yeah. So, but it don't sound right, does it? Ye old Hawk and trowel sounds like a plasterer's boozer, a community boozer, but not that. Right. As I was going to say about the Edinburgh meet-up. Where's it gone? I've lost it. There we are. Days to Edinburgh. 21. Only 21 days to the Edinburgh meet-up, where the guys and girls and myself are going to be meeting up in Edinburgh from the... Well, I'm going down on the 9th, some of the guys are, but technically meeting on the 10th, and I'm staying down there till the weekend. Some of the guys are staying a bit longer, some are just staying for a little bit of time in the evening. We are going to get together, and we're going to trip out, and we're going to play it by ear when we get there. If you haven't heard about it and you are a spread or spread related, or if you want to come along and meet everybody else in the game, then come and join us in Edinburgh on the 10th till whenever, for the spreads meet up in association with Oscar Plasterer and Trowel Talk Plastering Help Group, which also, don't forget, where did we do that? Yeah, the Plastering Podcast. If you missed it, Friday gone at 6:30 AM, which is the time all plasterers should be up anyway. It was Alan Arbuthnot and Ant Parry was on there as well on Friday. I know Alan's he's a proper traditional, got all areas covered, top spread, and he had some good things to say. He had a few, some people might say, controversial things to say, but not that controversial, if I'm honest. And yeah, it was a good old chat. So if you wasn't up at 6:30 on Friday, listening to the Plastering Podcast, come on, sort yourselves out. And I mean, there's no reason if you've got it on your phone that you can't listen to it when you're in your motor driving to your job, either. So, yeah. So if you didn't see it, it is on Trowel Talk Facebook group. So pop in along and have a listen. We'll have a listen tomorrow at work. All right, Danny, what's that, mate? It's a northern thing, the handballed. No. Oh, okay. Fair enough, mate. I didn't know that. I know quite a lot of northerners. Alright, hang on. Where's me? That was it. Oh, just some view. Oh, some views and sights of. Oh, yeah, of Edinburgh there. But just some of the places we're gonna meet up. I'm not a heavy drinker, contrary to what some people might think. So I have to be careful when we're there, Danny. Just so you know. I like a couple of beers, mate, but I don't mind 1 or 2 shots, mate. But I can't do a row of shots malarkey because it's just, yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be on the floor within 10 or 20 minutes. So yeah, that's no good. That's no good. I want to enjoy myself. I want to chat to everybody, meet them in the flesh, see how big and small everybody is in real life. Because apparently you look bigger on video than you do in the flesh. So that means old Joel and oh man, Stu Roberts. They'll look much smaller in real life than we think they are. And me, although I look, you know, quite buff and with the old muscles and stuff, and I might be a bit of a big geezer. I'm not really, quite little. What, 5'11", and yeah. But you see that if you come into Edinburgh in real life. If you've just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer. Not that we ask many things about plastering at this community boozer. Right, anymore. Get a shot of that. So 21 days and counting, and the shorter the days get, the quicker they seem to be going by. And I have not. I have booked my place in Edinburgh, but I have not booked my flight, and I have not booked or a train. And I keep thinking, oh, do I really want to go on a train? But I know the flight's going to end up being a lot cheaper and technically quicker if everything goes well. Yeah, I know, mate. It's these old flaming woods down here that are worrying me. See, since you mentioned them a few months back. Andy, even from sunny Wolverhampton. Hey, lovely. Is it seriously sunny there, mate? It was sunny here in London this morning for about an hour. And then it just got cloudy and horrible. It wasn't cold, but the old spring and summer's taking a little while to kick in. And I want to get in that proper, like, oh yeah, if you do finish work, go and have a pint, sit in the pub garden, or get home and have a beer in the garden, but put your feet up, bit of sunshine still going on, instead of it being a bit grey, a bit misgog. But I'm pretty sure the sun's always shining in Wolverhampton, Andy. It's lovely, mate. Got the washing out and everything. Oh, fantastic. Well done. Good lad. I thought it was only me that put out the washing. Oh god, dear. Oh dear. But hey. Sorry guys, I was thinking of something else then for a minute. Mark, sun has shone here all day. Oh, that's Sunny Island, mate, isn't it? Sunny Island. Oh, mate, you saw that thing I put on the Discord Ask the Plasterer forum, didn't you? About that fella that's taking that whole house back to bricks. And what's the price for sand and cement? And I was just thinking, I literally, if you guys could smash that place out, no problem whatsoever. And in fact, I've told him it's going to take me about a week to do each room. And I'd be there a minimum of 10 weeks. And he went, well, there's no real time pressure. Even though when I did ask him, he said, oh, about a month. I thought, well, if I'm doing it, mate, on my own, you'll be very lucky. Can you include the hall, stairs and landing? We're looking at like 10 rooms. It's quite a big house, and on a slightly awkward road. It's got a little drive at the front of it, but it's awkward to get to get on. Danny, I wish I had a garden. Oh, mate. Yeah, but once your plastering skills have just gone top dollar, everything else, Danny. I know you love the plastering the best, and why not? You know, you should do. But yeah, all the other strings in your bow, mate. You should be soon getting a gaff with a garden. If you ain't got one already. I'm sure one of your mates or friends local must have a garden you can go and sit in. Other than the pub, oh, no, sit in the pub garden will do, mate, won't it? It's free, apart from the price of the beer. It's lovely, lovely. Oh. If you've just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer. This is the community boozer where we get together once a fortnight. Normally on a Monday. It's only on Tuesday tonight because we didn't do it last night. And yeah, just have a chat about plastering. You can ask plastering related questions about tools. You can tell us if you've had a fantastic day or a right old rubbishy day. What else? Just general chit chat about anything really. So it's the community boozer, and most of us know each other from socials. You know, from being here on Tinternet, and yeah, which is another reason we're really looking forward to the. It won't be a knees up, will it? Or it might be the old Edinburgh knees up, meet up, or for the spreads. Dear. Wow, cheers. Oh, we're popular on Facebook tonight. There's no one on Facebook to see whether there's anybody on there. Dear. But at least there's a few of us on the on the old diddly do on the old YouTube. The old YouTube. I don't know what's that I was going to mention. This 30p and oh yeah, no, lost the input. Yeah. So that's the question I was going to ask. I mean, work's been kind of like ticking along nicely. I have no problem sorting out my quotes in between, and now I've got quite a few jobs coming, and I'm working a bit late as well. Apart from today, I did work today, but not late. When do I do the rest of my quotes? Like I said last night, it was a really late one, and I'm just too tired. And it's either too late or I'm getting gear for the next day's job, or the next day I'm on that job. And so if you're cracking them out, then it's quite a bit of time, and I just kind of think, yeah, I must do those quotes, because then I end up contacting people and saying, sorry about the delay. Yep, I'm sorting your quote out, and you're definitely going to get it within the next day or two. I know if you can do it the sensible way and do that kind of quoting on the job, but I don't. I know you can get jobs. You can more or less get people to say yay or nay when you work that way. But I so don't like just going at a job and pricing it up in my head. Because let's face it, you do more or less know what it's going to cost, but you only got to miss out a couple of things that are that for some reason didn't cross your mind while you were there. You've given them a price and they've accepted it, and then hopefully, and then you get home and you think about it and you think, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't allowed for this, that, or the other, and yeah, so I don't like doing that. And you know, there's like software you can get that helps you sort out your quote, so you can sort it out and give the customer the quote, or they'll get a quote pinging on their phone while you're still standing there. And yeah, I don't know about that. But hey. Hey, evening, Stu. Sorry, mate, didn't see you there for a second. I was just contemplating my navel a little bit. Danny, you better get a bit of flight book, mate. Not long now. Yeah, I just been a bit of procrastinating thing. Of yeah, it's a bit like some of my quotes. Think, oh, come on, check again. Are you gonna go on a train or are you gonna go on a plane? And sort it out now, because if you do leave it too last minute, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, isn't it? Which ain't going to be good. So, dear. But I think it'll probably be a plane. And as I say, I'm going to. Hopefully, the missus might be buying me a new phone, because she knows mine's had it. And I seriously need one if I'm going to try and live stream the journey down to Edinburgh, whether it's on a train or by aeroplane. But we shall see. But I'm probably going to have to film something with a camera and something with the phone. So if the live stream is rubbish and it doesn't come through properly, at least I'll have a backup on video that I can upload later on once I'm in Edinburgh, as opposed to just doing it live and the live's not, because you can't really tell when you're using the phone live what good a signal you're getting until you watch it back, which ain't always great. Dear. Mark shared live to CT. Cheers, mate. Let's see if that gets the Facebook viewers up. Yeah. I'm not too, but I don't anticipate many viewers on Facebook for me live stream, because I know you kind of think if they were going to come on, they would have done it by now. But hey, it's worth a go. There's somebody there. Might be Mark Shepherd. Thanks to Mark for the job I was on today. I put a little post up, but I can't remember where I put it. I think I put it on Trowel, where I had just a little bit of bonding to do, and oh dear, what's I say? I needed to go off quick, otherwise I could have been waiting there for ages, so I could get a skim on it, so I could get back across the plaster this evening, and it was where was it? Chislehurst. It's like past Bromley, and it's a flipping long. It's about a 50-minute to an hour drive where I was today. So, and it was completely in the opposite direction to the job I was at last night, really late. So, dear, I normally try and keep my jobs as local as possible, and a lot of the ones that I haven't done quotes for yet are nearer. So I really need to sort those out. Some I'm getting, some I'm not. I am trying to push on the 300 quid a day plus materials now. If it's even if it's a fairly small job, the job I did today, that was a £300 job, but I included the materials with that. But I suppose I was done by about 2 o'clock, something like that. It's difficult if I'm already on a job and people want to include, like, you're doing all the walls, you're giving them a price for that, and they say, oh, actually, can you bung the ceiling on now you're here before you do the walls? And then I won't be, I'll charge accordingly to whack the ceiling on. But if I'm going there just to do the ceiling now, well, unless it's even if it was a toilet ceiling, you've got to really be careful that, if I go to a job for a little while, I'll do it for, I don't like to, I've completely lost my train of thought now, because I was half reading Mike's comment in the corner of my eye. Can you put beads on wooden bullnose corners? Cheers, Eric. All I can say to you, mate, is I have put metal beads on wooden bullnose corners before, and the client has never come back to me to say, those bullnose corners you did for me X amount of years back have cracked up or come off or whatever. I think as long as you've got, what I would do with them, though, mate, obviously I neat PVA them, and the old fiberglass mesh, I bed that into the PVA on the timber. So basically you've got a skin around the timber of fiberglass tape and neat PVA that's obviously dried completely, and then that as a base for sticking your bead over, generally grabs on a treat, and unless there was some massive shrinkage in the ball noses, which there shouldn't be, because it's well, and a ball nose doesn't really, especially if it's wood that's very old, and it's much more quality wood than it is nowadays. Its expansion and contraction is far less than some of the rubbish we've got now. So, oh yeah, you could EML it. Evening, Jamie. EML bead and bonding, but better cut out. Depends how deep the wooden part of the ball nose is, Jamie, doesn't it? End of the day, if most of the corner's going to drop off of the and how thick the old, especially if it's lime mortar. If they've stuck on a massive wooden ball nose and then brought the lime mortar out to come off of it, and you cut them out or you pull them right off, you could end up with huge dips into the brickwork because of the thickness of the original lime mortar. But yeah, there's ways and means, and I just think I've discovered by my mistakes and when I was younger and earlier in the trade, that you do sometimes experiment with stuff like that and see what transpires. Yeah, the only issue I ever had was trying to put, I think it was bonding. Yeah, I don't think I would use anything else over old wooden laths, and I don't know if I'd treated. I think I'd put a bit of PVA on the laths, but it was probably watered down. And then the laths, it just expanded and contracted, and all the bonding just cracked. And I thought, haha, you've got to be very careful if you're going to put new plaster on old wooden laths. You need to make sure you do a really good prep, and that the laths are nice and secure, and other stuff like that. So, but yeah. So up to you, Mike. At the end of the day, what if you decide to go with that one, and what you want to do. Oh, Danny, how much extra time did you get through yesterday then, mate? I used 2 packets of extra time, and the last set I did one pack of half time, because I was literally just like for reveals, and I did that classic thing where I had more than enough plaster in the bag to do the second set and the reveals, and the other side of this what was a concrete lintel first thing in the morning. I had to get that all bonded out and levelled up and square and all the rest of it, because it was that hole in the walls. There was just a, yeah, it was a little door there? Yeah, it was just a little door, and the whole wall was taken out to open up the kitchen for this kitchen diner. And oh, hang on, evening Benson. Yeah, hang on, sorry, mate. God, my age is really showing tonight. I tell you what it is. I'm not used to working so hard. And my body's awake, and my brain's trying to go to sleep. Oh dear, oh dear. Hang on. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's it. I did a classic thing of I had enough finish left in the bag to do the second set with, and I put too much water in my bucket, and it was too thin. I know it would start to go off fairly quick because it had half time in it, but I needed to get it on. So then I had to go out and get a new bag out the back of the motor, bring it in, and chop that open so I could get a bit out of that. What a schoolboy era for such an old geezer. But there you go, that's what these things do. Good evening. If you've not been here before, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer at the Old Hawk and Trowel Community Boozer, where if you are a time-served spread, if you are a newbie or a DIYer, you can come along here. You can ask me or any of the boys and girls plastering-related questions. We just have a good old chat in general. We meet up every other Monday normally, not Tuesday. And this also goes out as a podcast about a day or so later on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcast from, as does also now the Plasterers podcast, and a lot of Trowel Talk stuff is also available on podcast wherever you get your podcasts. So search for these things if you're not listening to them already. Benson, if it's lime, do it in lime. The dowels are there, it's normally because it's lime behind, and exterior walls will need to breathe. Never put thistle over lime. But yeah, no. But if you're being sensible, proper, yeah, you shouldn't really put anything other than lime back in those situations. But so many guys don't now, Benson. No. And Benson, if you haven't heard it, then you'd be good to listen to Alan Arbuthnot on the Plasterers podcast. Which is the latest one, because he's a classic, like, proper man. Hey, evening, Johnny. Nice to see you, mate. How much are we all paying for our multi-finish? I'm paying about. I think it's a little bit off it in B&Q at the moment, but it's going at about, where I'm getting it in there, it's normally about £10.58 a bag now, which is a bit silly. And the bonding is still around 15 quid, just under. I know some guys are paying just over for it. But oh, well, just so you know, boys and girls, if and a lot of the spreads will tell you this. If you realise what your worth is as a spread, obviously a fairly experienced one, you can charge good money for your time, because it is a skill. It's so easy to convince yourself, oh no, I'm just whacking on a bit of something for some people, and you know, are they really going to pay me that amount of money? But when I've been to jobs where they've had some cowboys in, they haven't done the work particularly, but they put in prices that are absolutely stupid, and people were considering, you know, paying it. Ah, dear. And those people, like those kind of cowboys, really peeved me. But hey ho. Oh, I did bump into a window fitter at the job yesterday. People are always asking him for a plasterer if he knows any plasterers. I'm hoping that's not because he puts the windows in so rough. Yeah, no, of course you don't. But yeah, there's another potential revenue stream there. Actually, for anybody who is scratching around for work that's kind of newer in the trade, it might be worth for your while getting in contact with the companies that fit windows and just say, look, you know, I'm up for like making good. I mean, I'm not talking about every day-to-day spread, but anyone that's starting out that wants to get some work in and, you know, to get the ball rolling, you could do that. I mean, when I started, another time early on when I started, I used to do the estate agents, because a lot of estate agents do lettings and they always want to be doing up a place that's a bit rough, getting some work done in it. And I refurbished, it's going back to the early 90s, I refurbished about 40 about 3 or 4 houses for the same estate agent in quite a nice old area. And but I took on everything there. Obviously they completely needed replastering. They'd had dehumidifiers in them for 6 months or something crazy. They were insurance jobs, and I used to take on the timber work, but I would get someone else to do that, and also the painting and decorating, which a lot of that I would normally have done. I did at the time myself, and yeah, if you start getting that kind of work in, you can keep yourself really busy. Mark, 13.75 is that for Carlight? Wow, for Carlight 13 or 13.15 Carlight finish, and 17.15 for bonding in Northern Ireland. Wow, I thought it was bad here, mate. That's crazy. Never undervalue yourself, lads. Exactly, Stu. Self-employment is a tough path to walk. Don't undersell yourselves. It is. I know from my own experience, Stu, how easy it is to do that. I mean, I'll go on a job if I have quoted someone, and I'll say I've included the material. Some people would argue you should, if you're going to charge £300 a day, it should be, well, yeah,